Hey everybody, Tate Morris, Hometown Realty, and if you're checking this out, this is my new office space. So I'll give you all the tour on a later date, but I want to talk about a recurring thing that is, I think, going to become a more common trend now, and that is online auctions for real estate. You need to know the ins, the outs, the pros, the cons to it, and let you all as the consumer decide. Because if they become more common, as I'm seeing over the past couple years now, there's some things that you need to know. So I'd rather you know now. And if when you're going to buy a house, if one pops up, at least you know, is this a move forward or is this a let's avoid this? So what is an online auctioning format? So normally what happens is a seller goes to a third party or they ask their realtor, hey, can you help me set up this? Maybe a family member still living, maybe they passed away. There's a lot of different avenues for it. But basically a third party company puts it up, goes into an online auctioning format, and you as the buyer either use your agent or you as the buyer bid on it. So you keep going. So it goes, all right, bids are all due on this date. You keep bidding it and you basically just go to you can't bid no more or you win the property, right? So that's just the general ins and outs of it, okay? So let's talk about the pros and the cons of it. The pros for it is I really like the fact that you can bid and you can see what your active, like what the active highest offer is. Because if you're going, that's way too high for me, I already know where it's at, you can back out. You don't have to worry about it. But if you go, hey, I can beat that and I really want this house, you can keep bidding till you either hit your max or you win the property, right? It's a huge plus. Because on the normal basis, if you're in a competing situation with, say, 5 other people, and you have 2 of those 5 have extremely high offers, and you can go higher, but you don't want to because you're like, hey, let them come back to me and we can decide. Sometimes agents won't do that. They'll go to the 2 highest and they'll cut you out completely. So on the bidding side, I kind of like that format. Now, I have a little bit more cons to it just because of working through these. And one of the cons that I am not a fan of is the misleadment for clients. Because you might see it on Zillow, you might see it on Realtor.com, where a house in an area that's like 350, 400 is priced at 1 or 150. And you're like, whoa, this is the deal I'm looking for. Let me just tell you, that is just the starting price point. I don't know what the condition of the home is. Sometimes those agents won't even put up pictures or they won't even allow showings. So you need to make sure that either A, you can see the house, B, know that this house is going to go for most likely more than what it's valued at. And how are they accepting offers? Is it strictly electronic, online bidding, or could you still write in an offer in person? So there's a lot of different aspects to it, a lot to take in. And a lot of clients get misled because they're thinking still, why would I pay $100,000 more than what it's being offered? Remember, that is just the offer price or the starting price. That's not what they're expecting. They're expecting up here and they're pricing it not even on camera, okay? So know that. Point number 2 that I really dislike is they add in, because of this third-party company, a 10% buyer premium. This money does not go to me. I don't even touch it. Basically, if you bought a house I'll use some clients yesterday, for example. We looked at a house in Short Pump. It was started at $250. That was the starting bid price point. This home was a wreck, had a lot of issues with it. And if you say my clients got it for $250, they would have to pay an additional $25,000 in this 10% buyer premium. I don't honestly know what this 10% goes to. I think it just goes to the company for saying like, hey, we did something, so where's our money at? I don't like it, but again, you have to pay that because that's how the company's doing it. So what you thought you were buying for $250, it's now $275 plus your closing costs and your down payment and all that stuff. So you're looking more like $285, potentially up to $300, just depending on everything with it. So there's a lot more involved. It's not just low price point, get it, walk away. You have to factor in condition, how you can do it, price point, all that good stuff. So, all nice. Not really. The last point that I also don't like is you might not be able to see the property. I've already mentioned this a couple times prior, but I've had ones where you just go, you have to bid online. There's no viewing it. Maybe there's tenants in place. Maybe the home is just in a condition that can't be safely shown. And so these companies will say, no in-person viewings. Maybe you can walk around the outside, but that still leaves the inside, right? I need to see all aspects before I can properly, educate or help clients out. So all stuff that you need to be aware of. So that's all the information that I have on them. There's probably still more. Tell me what your thoughts are. Is this a good format? Would you ever consider buying a house in this style? Or would you ever consider selling your home in this way? All different aspects, but things to keep in mind as we move forward in this real estate market. So if you have any questions, let me know. Here for you all. And if not, I'll see you next week. Bye now.